So a very, very good morning to everybody present here for this amazing session today on building entrepreneurship skills in students. Today is the time when we have moved completely away from the government jobs that everybody used to run after, and then came the boon of MNCs. And today is the day while we keep on saying, let me be my own boss, and hence the term entrepreneurship. Before I go ahead, I would like to take a few minutes to speak about this topic because we at K.R.Mangalam University are very, very proud of the things that we do here differently from any other place. And I would like you to take you through a few of these things that we keep on doing around us. So, you know what, before I go ahead, I would like to say thanks to the government of India for launching us into the pattern of entrepreneurship, because they are the people who have pushed everyone to think about producing jobs, giving out jobs instead of just grabbing the ones that we have. And the most important scheme that we have always heard about, the one which is everywhere, is PMMY, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, in which you get a credit up to rupees 10 lakhs for small and medium-sized business owners. So just imagine if a government is allowing you to pick up where you are and become an entrepreneur, become your own boss, run your own business the way you want to. You absolutely have everything right in front of you. You just need to go and get it. And now I would like to give you a few examples of the entrepreneurship of our beautiful country who have gone out, taken the world by a storm, and have become the few of the most popular Indians of the world. The number one that we always hear about is Mr. Ritesh Agarwal. He's the founder and CEO of Oyo Rooms. We heard about Oyo Rooms being a very, very small startup of 3-star hotels. I remember I read his case study when I was a student, because I'm a student of the hotel management degree. Once upon a time I was there. So we were doing his case study where we understood that he had taken on a very small scale hotel, and he had bought the linen for the hotel from Sarojini Nagar. And now imagine where he is. That's the power of entrepreneurship. If you go ahead, take the risk, you can take life by your own hands. And moving on to the second one, which we've just heard about, Mr. Sachin Bansal and Mr. Binny Bansal, the co-founders of Flipkart, who just sold. Binny Bansal has sold his part of Flipkart to China at a very, very, very amazingly high price. I don't believe he would be working for the rest of his life anymore. He would not need to. Moving on to a very famous lady right now, it's Ms. Shraddha Sharma. She is the founder of Your Story. Your Story is another new social media platform. She built it back when she was a student, only 23 years old, and now she has made it to a huge success. Everybody keeps on talking about it. Another one is Mr. Bhavish Agrawal, the founder of Ola Cabs. We all know how we were all just thinking about Uber cabs everywhere. And now if we talk about India, it's all about the Ola cabs that we all look at. Now, if we talk about the different colleges which are also pushing entrepreneurship apart from K.R.Mangalam University, is EDDI Gandhinagar, the Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. EDDI very well works with K.R.Mangalam University as well, trying to build up people in our university to work on the same panel as they do, and making student business partners and business owners, not just job grabbers. Another one is UBS Chandigarh, which is University Business School, Punjab University. Of course, the FMS, the Faculty of Management Studies, is also pushing up entrepreneurship now. MITSAM Pune, another very famous example, which is MIT School of Management, and ISBR Bangalore, the ISB Business School, is also one of the very famous schools which talks about entrepreneurship. If we talk about K.R.Mangalam University, we have made our own incubation center with IIT Indore hand in hand, where we push our students to become entrepreneurs. Later in the end of the webinar, I will be taking you through a few pointers which will tell you how we are building up our students, not just to look around for a career in a job profile, but how to give out careers to others as well. Before I go ahead now, I would like to invite Mr. Vivek Pathak, who is here with us today. He's a part of Government of India, majorly part of Government of Delhi. He takes care of entrepreneurships for Government of Delhi, and he's the co-founder and CEO of Tinkerly. Mr. Vivek, over to you.
So thank you, ma'am, and it's a great introduction for the startup community. Thank you, K.R.Mangalam University. Thank you, sir, for joining and motivating us. Your means current task and the way you people are approaching for the entrepreneurship community is superb in terms of leading us to have chat with the global world. Now, coming up with starting the session. Before starting the session, I hope you might have heard carefully what ma'am has said just now. She took the name of some great, you can say, entrepreneurs in our nation, from our nation, who reached to unicorn status. Before starting unicorn status and all, we will have discussion in detail. Lekin you might have understood clearly the name because all are familiar with those names. Ritesh Agarwal, Binny Bansal, Sachin Bansal. She took the name of Bhavish Agrawal. Then she also took the name of Lady. So you are familiar with all these names. Now, before starting the session, let's draw a parallelism. That is, some of the names are those you might have heard about, like you have heard about Ola. You might have heard about Uber. You might have heard about Flipkart. You might have heard about Amazon. So either they are the same kind of product or technology which has been initiated in our nation as per need, or they are the replica what's being handled globally. It's now working, or we have launched it in India also. So on all these terms we will be discussing. So let's start our session. Thank you, ma'am, once again for a good introduction. So let's start. So I'm sharing the screen.
Thank you so much, sir.
So friends, you might be confused that who are entrepreneurs and who are businessmen. क्योंकि आप गली मोहल्ले में बहुत देखते होगे, there is one grocery shop, there is one Walmart, there is one Amazon, there is one कोई और भी छोटा XYZ छोटे छोटे businessman भी होते हैं. So there is a difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. So before starting the session, उस difference को थोड़ा सा clear करके we will move ahead. So what's the difference and how we are going to clear it? So in layman term, a businessman are the person who works on the same idea. Means एक idea है which we have started, and on that idea, in the legacy, the next generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation, they keep on continuing. Means there is no innovation in that idea. Like if we are selling, suppose if I am opening a grocery shop, so it's the same idea which had been started by many people. If my family members have started, again I am doing the same. I am scaling that grocery shop. So it's a kind of business. Whereas an entrepreneurs, when you consider, they are the one who solve some challenges, and they might be the first line entrepreneur, or they might be the second line entrepreneur. They might be the businessman also. How come? Like, as I said, you might have heard about Uber, you might have heard about Ola. Uber resolved the issue at global level in US and all, but in India, for that taxi and for fast booking, it was taxi for sure, it was Ola. Before that, there were means many small industries were there who were into this cab business. But on a large scale, for solving the problem, Ola came and taxi for sure came. So this is how the entrepreneurship started in terms of Bhavish Agrawal, Bhavish Agrawal. And in similar case, you might have seen Walmart or Amazon in US and all, but in India, they started with Flipkart. So this is how the entrepreneurship started with Binny Bansal and Sachin Bansal. But the thing is that whatever the name which I am taking, whether they are Bhavish Agrawal, Binny Bansal, Sachin Bansal, or Ritesh Agrawal, or XYZ, they were the first line entrepreneur. First line entrepreneur means from their family, they were the first one to start these kind of things. And how they have started, they took the risk. They have taken the risk. by devoting the complete time on that kind of idea. They have taken the risk by utilizing more and more opportunities to solve the problem. What was the problem? It was the commuting problem. It was the means people were at that time, and means if I also recognize, if ma'am also can recall, at that time traveling to taxi was more costlier compared to now. In Delhi and all, you can travel to say 10 to 12 kilometers in 70-80 bucks, but at that time it was too costlier. So this solved the issue. And also availability was also a major challenge. So they resolve a problem, that how a person can commute properly and can have the taxi at their own doorstep. So this is how the Ola came into action, and they started the shared cab. Shared cab in terms of means a cab can be utilized in different purpose. Means if I am traveling for the first time, might I leave the cab, then the next guy will come in and he will start traveling, or she will start traveling. This is how they started the concept of shared cab. And this shared cab, how it resolved the problem? It resolved the problem in terms of earning. So let's focus more. What was the zeal? Means there has to be some potential, there has to be some zeal, that what made them to think about this and what led them to think about this. So before starting this, like flashback, you will strange to know how, means people say Bill Gates was one of the best entrepreneur. Why they say and how they say, this is what I want to make you understand. Bill Gates at the time, in late 1960s, Bill Gates studied in that kind of a school, which was one of the best school globally. What I mean to say, they were having the best infrastructure across the globe in that time. If you go and read his autobiography, you can read all these things. Apart from that, his school in late 70s, or say late 60s, they were having the computer. They have seen the computer. They were working on computer. Means in their school, they were promoted to use the computer. They were promoted to work on those systems. So Bill Gates from the childhood itself has seen the computer. Corollary, if you draw the same parallel line to our subcontinent in India, at that time we were not so rich. Our economy was growing. Compared to Bill Gates, the school in which he was studying, and if you compare the same batch or the same age group, the age group who were studying over here, they were having the huge difference. So what I mean to say is the exposure. The first thing to become an entrepreneur is the exposure. Exposure to what? Exposure to all infrastructure, exposure to all circumstances, exposure to all the problems. Now, Bill Gates in his school saw first time the system when he was in standard 6 or 7, like this. Then he started coding from that age, and his other co-founder, they were also from the same school. Actually, they were 3 people, but one died. If you read the autobiography in +1, +2, what we say in their higher grade, but these 2 people, they continued and they worked on system, and they created the love and fascination for that system. And today, the thing is that we can see Microsoft. They got the exposure, they got the opportunity, and they capitalized on that opportunity, and they created a huge chain or a huge system or a huge company known as Microsoft. Now, in India at the same time, people were struggling for many other aspects. Few big houses were there. They were into different business. So the exposure at that time, the kid which we were having, or our future our past generation, they were having at that time in our nation was different to the generation which they were having at United States. But the thing was problem. In US also, they were facing some different sort of problem. In India also, we were facing some different sort of problem. At the same time, means many entrepreneurs at Indian subcontinent, they also grew. When I say entrepreneurs, there can be n number of entrepreneurs, because they solved n number of different challenges. An entrepreneur can be a social entrepreneur who solves or who creates or who brings a solution for the social challenges. An entrepreneur can be into a commercial product also, like you are having Flipkart, like you are having Oyo rooms and all XYZ. An entrepreneur can be in innovation, means like ISRO. An entrepreneur can be in different, means there are many, the horizon is like n number of things. An entrepreneur can be a teacher, an entrepreneur can be a household person, an entrepreneur can be your mom, an entrepreneur can be your father. Entrepreneur means someone who thinks creatively and can resolve a problem and give you a solution. It can be a simple solution, it can be a large solution. A person, anyone can be an entrepreneur. In fact, you two or you all who all are listening are entrepreneur in themselves. It's the thing that what solution you are giving, whether that solution can be converted or can be scaled up or can be made feasible in terms of business viability. This is the thing. But or the solution which are being provided is convex or concave in nature. When I say convex, means for that unit, and concave in nature for larger. So this is how the difference between entrepreneur and a businessman goes on. Now the second thing, businessman has started their business by n number of taking risk at that time, or might they were having the money. But entrepreneur, when they start, they do start with by taking the risk. What are the risks? We will be discussing in detail what all are the risks when you take. But yes, they take the risk. Apart from that, their attitude matters. In business, a person can be calm. They have much more experience, but an entrepreneur they are not having that much of experience. Hence, their attitude at the time when they are developing something, their attitudes are so high. That means they only think that I need to do it. There is no word called next idea, or in short term we say, when we are executing anything, we say plan A, plan B, plan C. But for an entrepreneur, there is only plan A. When you go for plan B, that means move back to plan A. And when you say plan C, that is also move back to plan A. Means there is only one thing which you need to focus and you need to keep on doing. If you fail, again you do, but you pivot your ideas, but don't leave and run away. So this is how an entrepreneur attitude builds. And for businessman, it's like they know they have much more experience. But for an entrepreneur, when they think too convexly, and they work on the unique problem. Apart from that,
so sir, if we have to say, it means the businessmen are more like traditional and conventional. They have conventional approaches, whereas as far as the entrepreneurs are concerned, their approach is innovative. They think out of the box, right? And that is why they are more open to taking risks, right? Okay. Thank you so much, sir, that the way you have brought us the difference between the entrepreneur and the businessman. Now, if somebody, sir, has to start an entrepreneurship, right? So how should one begin? As a student, many students are now getting excited because there's huge money involved. They see, they hear of Bunsel's and all that, okay? So, but the thing is this, that if one has to start, how is one going to start?
Yeah, let's, we are going to talk on all these aspects. So moving ahead, let's see this video. It will give you a bit understanding that how you start your entrepreneurship life with a small thing also.
So last summer, I'm watching this kid clean my neighbor's garage for some extra cash. And I'm thinking, hey, I can do that. So I walked right up to my other neighbor's door. Knock, knock, knock. And what do you know? I've got a job. Boy, that garage was a mess. But you know what? I liked it. It's kind of like a big puzzle in a box. I guess I did a pretty good job too, because they recommended me to their friends down the street. Next thing you know, I'm booked solid, cleaning up garages all over town. By the end of the summer, I was making more money than I ever would have working at the local store. But that's not all. I don't have a boss. I like to go to the mall with my mom Friday mornings. Now, I just schedule my appointments around it. Can't do that when I'm working for someone else. Now, this other kid and I are both trying to get the same business. So what do? I lowered my prices. So now I offer not just cleaning for my customers, but organizing. Not only am I getting more work, but who wins? The neighbors. They're getting a better job on their messy garages for less. Free market at work. Now this is a full-fledged business. My business, clean and mean. And we're so busy, I've got 2 friends who are working with me. To get some new customers, I just sponsored my neighborhood's Little League team. I feel like I'm really helping the community. They're calling me an entrepreneur. I like the sound of that.
So this is one of the short video which I have shown you. It gives you an understanding that any idea which you feel it can be converted into a business, but starting from solving the problem. That was the problem she solved, and now she had started her own firm, and she is known as also entrepreneur, but also running her business in terms of earning money. In left side of the screen, you can find India's at present the 100 unicorns, which at the time, I think at during 2008 or 2015, at that time, many of them were not present. Many of them were at very small scale. So this is the current means you can say the count, which I feel some 4 or 5 have more been added. But yes, this was the last count which I have taken it from the Inc. 42. So moving ahead, what sir has asked. So moving ahead, what we are going to discuss are all these topics. But before starting the discussion, what sir has asked, we will be revolving at all those points which need to be understand how we are going to start. So friends, before starting means in terms of if you have any interest to develop something, there can means first you need to understand there has to be an interest to develop something, then there has to be an interest to carry it forward, then there has to be interest that you need to fight on, then there has to be interest that you need to learn lot many things to change it. Now if you are at a school, suppose if you are in a standard 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or any grade till +2, if you are in a school, and if you find that what means find means passively, if you are learning something and you feel that if I resolve that particular query with my this kind of solution, it will first it will solve the problem in terms of understanding, it will solve the problem in terms of time capacity, it will solve the problem in terms of management, it will solve the problem in terms of reach. When I say reach, outreach. For an example, I am saying, like at a school time we study Newton's laws of motion, right? At a school time we study Newton's laws of motion. Lot many ways are there to teach us. People, they mug up. What are the problem? People either they mug up, either when they are being taught, they are not being understood properly by the students, or if they have understood, they can't express it properly with the live examples, or if they have expressed it live with the live examples properly, they are not able to capitalize in terms of marks, or they are not able to make it understand to the other person. In fact, if I will ask the people who are on the podium that what means you people have studied Newton laws of motion, can you explain me what are Newton laws of motion? Might you people will recall what I have done, this, that. Now if I resolve it quickly, like if I say, means what was the problem? I said understanding. What was the problem? Learning. What was the problem? Hesitation. What was the problem? Delivering. So these are the problems why the people don't still they lack, means they can't. If they are recalling also, they are means they will say, okay, मैं एक law बता सकता हूँ, मैं 2 law बता सकता हूँ. This is the way, and few people are there who can tell you and explain you properly. But if I give you a solution with a product, or suppose if I give you a solution with one or two liner, what will happen? That will become that idea has become a solution for whom? For you all. How it has become? Like if I say aap baithe ho, it's a first law, means you are sitting is first law. If you are standing, it's a second law. If you are walking, it's the third law. What I said, you are sitting, first law, you are standing, second law, you are walking, that's the third law. So this is a complete package. And if I say this is what Newton laws of motion means, so I give the solution so that you can remember whole lifetime. What I did, I made a statement which is much more easier. कोई बैठा है तो उसको बोलते हैं न्यूटन का पहला सिद्धांत, कोई उस बैठने से उसको अगर हम खड़ा कराएं तो उसको बोलते हैं दूसरा सिद्धांत, अगर वो चलने लगे दैट मींस वो तीसरा सिद्धांत, इनर्शिया, फोर्स and action and opposite reaction. So I have given you a solution. I am just saying this solution, if you put it into videos and start spreading it to many other people, then what will happen? It will scale up. That solution is going to each and every people. So what is happening here? It's happening. I have found one problem. I thought, why not to give a solution? That solution has to be feasible, and that feasibility has to be scaled up. Scaled up means that has to be provided, that can be provided to n number of people or n number of a student. Hence, what it means, each individual, irrespective of any class, they have enough time to discover any kind of solution to any kind of problem which they are facing in class, which they are facing in society, which they are facing in their home. For an example, in India, many people were facing problem. You might have seen in India where the water scarcity is there, they carry the water in the pot, or usko wo sar par, means they carry that on head. So what they thought, they brought, some kids, they designed, they made it, they put the this drum in type of trolley. So they now what's happening, the female who used to walk away for several miles to carry, while carrying those waters, now they can have gallon of waters in that drum, and it sort of pulley. That was being developed by the school kids from the Maharashtra itself, Tamil Nadu itself. So many different places they are doing that. So they are in schools. In fact, they were in the government schools. When you come to like the metropolitan cities like Delhi and all, I have seen many students, they design a kit or they derive a kit which can sense what it can sense: anti-theft kit, over speeding kit. So what they are doing, like if I'm staying in a very big society where say 300-400 households are there, what happens, and I am facing every time somebody, some of them are flying, some of them are moving with the speed of more than 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers an hour in the society itself, where it's mentioned that 15 kilometers per hour or 20 kilometers per hour the speed should be. But every time I'm finding it's happening. So I found in XYZ society, a student of GD Goenka school, he developed a kit which he installed on the street light, and now whenever the any vehicle which is flying with more than that speed, they can catch it, the siren goes on, and the person comes to know that okay, this guy was driving, and they also get alarmed that we don't need to drive at that speed. So this is how a kid at village and a kid at metropolitan city are coming up with some innovative ideas with their respective challenges. In metropolitan cities, in posh area, you won't find female carrying or male carrying the gallon of water on their head. But in village, might where the problem of water is there, scarcity is there, you will find. Hence, the exposure to the problem, the kids studying at the village or the rural areas are different, whereas the exposure to the problem for the kids who are studying in the metropolitan schools or the metropolitan cities are different. But at the same time, these school kids are developing these kind of equipments, which are what they are doing, they are resolving and they are helping the person who are suffering from all those doing on day-to-day wise activities. Now, how it happens? It happens how it comes. As I said, as a student, who are the best entrepreneurs? If you will ask me, I will say a kid from say from the standard 1 itself, they become entrepreneurs. Because why? Because they start giving excuses, lame excuses to their parents for not doing the things. Hence, they are coming up with some solution. If they say beta padlo, they will come up with some excuses. Means our mind is working. We are bringing up some solution for the thing which we don't want to do. And if we take it positively, and if we groom them, if we start grooming them, that think into different manner, means come up with some solution for the problem which your mom is facing. Like in kitchen, you might have seen dustbin problem. In garden, you might have seen sometimes you have seen you are out of a station and the plants which you had put at your lawns and all, they are all dried up. So there are n number of things which you can do at the school level itself. But the thing is, spark. What is spark? The spark is that, okay, I can do this. This I can. Yes, ye mere se ho sakta hai. That spark has to be there. And that spark, when it comes, that spark comes when there is a constraint. Constraint means, ab iske aage kuch nahi. Means, when we feel iske aage kuch nahi, then there is a spark, okay, main kar sakta hu. But jaise might you have seen that advertisement, dar ke aage jeet hai. That has a number of meaning. But here the spark means for any school student, literally I am saying for the school students, friends, you have that kind of a spark, you have that kind of time, and you are brilliant in terms of thinking. You are noble in those kind of thinking. So just you need to come up what and how you can develop that. Suppose it's not like ki maine ye dekha and I can do that. It's like you should always focus. For an example, if you are a kid, you should think that how my fan should run if the electricity goes without the help of anything. If you are a kid, you should think that how a light should be on without the help of anything if nothing is there. If you are a kid, you should think that if mom is not there and I also don't know cooking, what can be done so that the food can be served on the plate. So there are many ways to think all those things, and to help that, all schools, whether it is government schools, NGO schools, or private schools, or funded schools, all are coming with many ideas, and they are supporting with their labs and n number of equipments. Because the difference which I am finding, I have seen 3D printer in my engineering days at Bombay, but the school kids are now finding 3D printer at the school level. School level means 3D printer kya? I can print any kind of things. Now you can print car out of that. You can print human synthetic body out of that. You can print anything. Even your root canaling and all are being done. That cap, you might have seen in your home also. मैं जा रहा हूँ root क्या बोलते हैं उसको, cap लगवाने जा रहा हूँ. That how the cap is being done. They are making it with the help of 3D printer. Traditional way different tha, but now it's a different thing. So again, just pointing back, Bill Gates developed Microsoft because he had the exposure of system at the school level and he grabbed that opportunity. At the same time, Mr. Shyam had the exposure of creating n number of grocery shop and he grabbed that opportunity, and in India he is running n number of grocery shop. Similarly, Steve Jobs has an opportunity. He also came from very good background in terms of education. He also saw they were growing at the same time, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. So it's nothing that whether you have money or you don't have money. It's only the first thing is that opportunity and exposure. There the problem line will be different. Here the problem line will be different. But the thing is that if you grab it, you will run to a success in terms of that you have developed a solution. Now, when I said spark is there in the small kids, higher school going kids, college kids, everyone. Constraint, junior kids, smaller kids are having more constraint. That's why they give more excuses in terms of doing day-to-day activities. Whereas the higher school going kids, they know that what the constraint for life means. Hence, they can, the advantage for the junior kids in terms of constraint is the team. They can be the unit. But for the higher school going kids, they are in large number. They can have the group, they can have peers who can work on different things. For an example, if I am in a standard 9 and if I feel that boss, I'm saying I'm not going, boss, my teacher is taking daily classes. Why not to do something so that I can have her daily database, means whatever she is going to teach. If I'm absent, I am not able to see what she taught yesterday. So what can be done that I can put her daily classes somewhere on the database in cloud, and it can be seen from each and every one, which now these days school, colleges and n number of firms are doing. But this was the idea. So that if you are at home also, if you miss the class, if you, I'm very sorry to say, if you bunk the class also, you can see all those that teaching and all those contents and assignments which the teacher has given or which the teacher has taken the class. So what was the thing? The problem was that I am not able to sit, and I didn't find I am paying the money, but I am not, I got absent. Why are not conducting the class? XYZ, lot many challenges were there. But they resolved the problem with this, and the people are using this. So this is, I'm saying, a simple thing. For an example, you can have a simple thing. You can have a hooter at your home. If your dad ins, it will start hooting. That dad is coming. Means I am saying you can start, you can start doing anything.
So
But these
sir,
are many things you can start.
when one understands, like he has the spark, he understands the problem, able to recognize the problem and thinking about the problem. All right. Now it's very important, when there is a problem, you have a solution, then how to go beyond that, or what is the next step, sir?
Yeah, I'm coming. You saw the problem, you have a solution. Now the thing is that how you are going to beyond that. As I said, there is a constraint for the junior people. Junior kids is like their unit. They can't scale randomly. But for the higher school going, they have the peer. They can decide. For an example, what I mean to say is that if I'm planning to develop something, so what I will do, I got this solution. Now I don't know coding, but I know how to pitch in. Pitch in means to the person whom I am going to speak that this is the solution to the problem which I have designed. My friend who is with me, he knows coding. Someone from the friend, he has a system. Someone in the friend, he has someone who is into this kind of business. So this is how the peer works. This is how the ecosystem, in my life slide, it was the lifestyle and exposure. This is how the exposure and the ecosystem start working. So now the thing is that this is the first aspect for a school student. It's a must thing. You can't develop anything on an individual. मैं अकेला नहीं कर सकता. A match is also won with the 11 players in a team. Hence, when in these days, when you are thinking to develop or you become an entrepreneur, you can become an entrepreneur by thinking that idea. You are innovative, you are creative, your attitude at that level. So you can think, but you need a team, you need a player. What kind of team and player? See, suppose you can think, but you can't code. If you code, you think, but you can't market it. If you think, you code and you can market it, but you don't know how to move into that competition. So there are n number of challenges in which, like, the 5 fingers of a hand are different. Similarly, we all are different. We all are expert into different things. If we are clubbing it together in our peer, this is a very great time. Like if you are in higher school or you are in college, it's a best time because you have n number of exposure, you have n number of accessories, you have n number of peers, you have n number of who can guide you. The people are there to guide you. They can help you and you can evolve like a good product and you can evolve like a good company. Now, how it can be done? If 2-3 people unite together, they work on the same solution, they develop out of it, they should go and they should take the guidance from the senior authority. If you are at college or if you are at a school, that this is the solution which we have developed, this is the solution to the problem, then they should seek the guidance from their professors, as well as they should seek the guidance from their teachers. That if you have any network in terms in the same problem area, if you have any network in government for the same problem area, let us introduce to them, so that I can go and I can pitch them. Pitch means you need to explain to them that what solution are you up with. Also, prior doing this, when you are developing the solution, always keep in mind, as I didn't use that because you are at school level and college level, but yes, you should have always market research. Market research means, but at a school and college level, it's a bit tough, but anyhow, it means you should have the awareness that the problem, the solution or to the problem which I am giving, whether it is needed in the society or not. For an example, आप सबको पता होगा पेजर, आपने पेजर नहीं देखा होगा, आपने नोकिया शायद नहीं देखा होगा, आपने कोडैक नहीं देखा होगा, but we are the 80s, late 80s born guys, so हमने बहुत सारी चीजें देखी है and we have seen the company falling also. Why I am saying, like for Nokia, Nokia, they thought that we are the king of smartphones, and not smartphones, they were into different kind of phones. My आप अपने parents या फिर अपने peer जो seniors उनसे पूछना, they were a moonlight phone, बहुत तरह के उनके set होते थे. They were told also that please shift from those typical CDMA phone to the smartphones, but they didn't shift it. Now Nokia आज कहाँ है? Nokia, Siemens, you find it as a vintage company, लेकिन हाँ वो company है, but they are not. Now they are revamping it. Now they are revamping it and they are doing XYZ. Similarly, Kodak था. Kodak को Kodak कैमरा होता था जिसमें रोल लगता था, फिल्म लगता था, and we used to click. उन्हें बहुत बार बोला गया कि आप इसको चेंज करो and come to DSLR, SLR. इसमें you should shift. His own employee who mentioned all these things, he started DSLR, SLR, but Kodak बंद हो गई. Now it's almost Kodak अभी कहाँ है? I also don't know whether the company is working or not working. Similarly, आपको Nokia हो गया, आपको पेजर आया था. पेजर में क्या हुआ? Means it's the need. It was the need, but वो need कितने समय के लिए था? We don't know. Pager, like you have WhatsApp, you have on a smartphone, you have messaging system, that kind of thing the pager used to do. But it get now it's almost, we don't know. I can't find any pager device with anyone. Why? Because yes, it was the need, but वो need कितने समय के लिए था, कितना proportionally strong था, nobody understood. Hence, when you think कि ये मैंने, this is the problem and this is the solution which I am giving, this is the opportunity which I am seeing. So what, this is what I am talking is risk. Risk means हमने जो problem सोचा और उसका एक solution लाया, might it will get, वो सॉल्यूशन अच्छा है, बट वो सॉल्यूशन कब तक के लिए, कितने लोगों के लिए? क्या एक इंसान के लिए, 100 इंसान के लिए, 1000 इंसान के लिए? इट्स इनटू मिलियन, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, ऐसा है क्या? और whether it is only for 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. So if it's only for 2 or 3 or 4 people, you people are also brilliant in your own thinking. 2-3 लोगों के लिए कोई क्यों ही इतना सॉल्यूशन देगा? Unless until it's not small scale, like जो छोटे बच्चे हैं. Hence, when you are thinking for any problem, you should always look for opportunity.
I'd like to tell you something. We have a comment coming up from Suryansh sir, who's saying that he has seen all of these devices right from top to bottom. He's been talking to you directly throughout. And in that, we have a question which has also come up, that what would you suggest someone to work around the risk factor, so that the student or someone who's just entering the business world, maybe they are 50-year-old and they finally realize that they want to be an entrepreneur, what terms and conditions would you explain to them when it comes to the term of risk factor? What would you say can help them out in this area and not be scared of jumping into the pool?
Okay, the thing is that, see, I will give you a simple solution. You might, I don't know about these days, I am not taking newspaper. जब हमारे से सारे भी newspaper पढ़ते होंगे, and at that our time also newspaper used to come. In newspaper is the best thing to learn geography, to learn history, and also to start the entrepreneurship role. Newspaper, there will be a problem defined clearly in the newspaper. So similarly, in these days you have case studies. If you are into higher classes and higher organizations, you have the different case studies. So now the question which you are asking, I will suggest always go pick some 2-3 problems. Monthly आप 2-3 problems pick करो of your house or of your college, of your school, जो भी उस problem, societal अगर problem है, that's also very good. आप उसे pick करो and you see whether you can resolve it or not. Resolve means it's not only कि 2 + 2 = 4 लाना है. शायद 2 + 2 = 4. वो 4 लिखने के लिए you need pencil. उस 4 को लिखने के लिए you need paper. उस 4 को लिखने के लिए you need someone to guide you that okay, this is how it has to be written. So whether all those parameters you are finding it over there or not, अगर वो सारी इकट्ठे एक साथ हैं, then your solution is solution. Otherwise you all मन में सबके आंसर आ जाते हैं, but when you ask them to make it or implement it, जब implementation का time आता है, practically they start failing. और ऐसे कितने startups हैं जो practically 3 to 4 years after running they failed. ऐसा नहीं कि their founders failed because they're कहीं ना कहीं उनके उस complete process. When you say entrepreneur, it's human as a noun, we are entrepreneur, but when you say entrepreneurship, Ship is the process. Entrepreneurship, that's the process. That process mein agar kahin par loopholes aa gaya, you will fail. So as a person, you are not failing, but as an entrepreneurship, that process is failing. Hence, I mentioned to start or to develop. If you are from the business class family, it's very easy for you to understand. You can take, you can sit with them. If someone will ask me what kind of the role you will love to do, I will say I will love to have 6 months to spend every month to spend with some CEO. What CEO? Like Ritesh Agarwal, right? Bhavish Agarwal, Binni Bansal, or any XYZ. I need to spend time with them. Why? Because I need to know what they think. There is something called thinking, how they take the decision. There is one very aspect. Entrepreneurs in life, they get so much crucial times in their life that they have to take the decision. It's like agar idhar gire to khai or idhar gire to kuan. It's like it's simple like that. So you have to be very focused and you have to take risk. It's like, it's not poker. It's not poker, but yes, it's more interesting than poker.
Sir, if I have to say it, I can say in few words like this. Since entrepreneurship is an uncharted territory, right? Nobody has gone through that path. So very naturally, you are finding your own path, which is unique to you, right? So very naturally, there are a lot of risks involved. So the risks are of the failure of the process. The process may not lead you to the desired goals the way you want. So what is required is to look at the process again, right? And see whether this process, if it is not working, what is another way out? What is another way out? And from that angle, learning from others is an important aspect. So seeking the mentors is one of the important aspects. Seeking the seniors, seeking those who are into the line is another aspect.
Correct.
So risk is there. Risk is there in terms of, because it is an uncharted territory.
Correct.
As far as the grocery shop was concerned, already customers are set, right? The way it is to be done is set, right? The things are going to come from here. So many customers are going to come like this. You are going to sell like this. You are going to maintain your records like this, etc., etc. Everything is set. You are just repeating. Here, you are not repeating something. You are actually finding out something new.
Correct.
So that is why innovation, and innovation means very naturally a new solution, a creative solution. And when you're finding such kind of solutions, there are every chance of failure. But if we have to explain the risk to an entrepreneur, definitely there will be risk. But this risk is to learn, to grow, right? To improve your strategy, right? To improve your connections.
Correct.
This is how we look at risk, right, sir? Now, since I know that I have a huge risk to take. It is not a simple phenomenon and all that, right?
Correct.
And it is a journey, since it's a process. So it starts with small steps, right? We all are in different phases. So the entrepreneurs are also in different phases. So I would love you to explain, because you have a wonderful slide giving a snail, frog, duck, etc., etc. They seem very fascinating. I would love you to explain this to what exactly do they mean as far as entrepreneurship is concerned.
Yeah, correctly said, sir. And thanks, means it was the crux which you put it to the people, and it will be very easy for them to understand. And friend, what sir said, it's absolutely true. And uska ek example, sir, isme jaane se pehle I will give that, like you might have, you are now watching IPL also. Aapne paas mein sare IPL dekhe, abhi cricket matches dekh rahe ho. At our time, the cricket match used to be a bit different. Ab cricket match bilkul hi different ho gaya, and it's now continuously changing. So those who are getting innovated, means जो भी player है उसमें innovation अगर अपने खेल में ला रहे हैं with the strokes and all, so that you will relate, they can continue with their play or the sports with IPL also. And those who are not, they are sitting on the benches. You need this is what, as a player also they are taking risk, because time is changing, demand is changing, need is changing, and as a to give every time 24/7, you need to evolve yourself, you need to learn from those risks, and you need to always keep on mentoring yourself from either advisors or from here the advisors are the coach, and here the coach are the advisors in terms of startups. Now, as I said, as you sir said, phase. So like I will explain the how the phases of startups works. So the first thing I have mentioned is a snail. So might all you have are aware of snail, how the snail crawls, means it's expands and it moves slowly. Then there is frog, which jumps, and frog jumps. Whenever the frog jumps, they feel that I am the boss of that region, I am jumping here and there, but they don't understand they are jumping in one pond, and might they can jump from one pond to one any other different another pond. Then there is dove. Dove always feel that I am the queen of air and I can fly, and I am the only one who is flying here and there. I am the sweetest, nicest, and XYZ kind of bird. But there are two items, kite and well, and last you. So let's start with the phase. What happens when you think, when jab hame idea aata hai, when we feel that yes, we have got some idea and solution. So pehla cheez kya hai, when you are getting the idea, there's some things, norming, forming, staging. These might you have you will learn in all those MBA kind of colleges where they explain you, because before bringing up those ideas, you need to brainstorm it with the people, either same set of people, or either same set of people are the best, or either some higher people who are having the experience, not with the low means the people who are not having experience in terms of that, then don't storm with them. So what storming means, jitna aap manthan, hindi mein usko bolte hain manthan karna. If you have got the idea, you have got the problem, storm it, keep discussing it with your peers, or keep discussing it with your seniors who is keen to listen to you and who has some expertise into it. What will happen, he will refine you and he will filter you. So suppose if you got the idea, you got a solution, now what will happen, you will feel now I want to implement it. So what you will do, to implement, you will have a test run. To implement, you will have a short kind of project. So what will happen, you will have from somewhere you will start having the revenue. So it's like from suppose from client X you got the revenue. If you do well, then you will move to client Y. If you face some challenges at X, what you will try to do, you will try to enhance your product so that those kind of similar challenges should not be given to Y. So this is how initially from X to Y to Z, for some 2-3 clients we move. So this is why it's called snail. In meantime, suppose if some angel, now in a startup community, the first person who is putting money into you, either they are bootstrap means koi bhi unknown aakar aap pe paisa put kiya, where you have put your solution to the market and someone has put the money, that is known as bootstrap. Or angel means if someone is aware, you are going and pitching ki aisa solution and this is how we are going to work. उसके लिए हमारा ऐसा प्रोजेक्शन है कि फर्स्ट मंथ में हम इतना रेवेन्यू ला सकते हैं, सेकंड मंथ में हम इतना रेवेन्यू ला सकते हैं, इस तरह से ऐसा प्रोजेक्शन है. एंड सम एंजल फील्स, एंजल का मतलब एंजल है, ओके आई विल पुट सम मनी एंड आई विल टेक इक्विटी आउट ऑफ इट. सो इक्विटी एंड मनी, व्हाट ही इज pumping bootstrapped and angel has invested money, we start feeling like now, oh boss, now we are the king of our own product. Now we can do anything we have, because might you have seen that kind of amount or might you have not seen that kind of amount. The thing is that experience, nobody has experienced that kind of achievement prior to that. By having that kind of amount on your idea, somebody has pumped and has asked you to go and excel. So this is how a frog kind of things comes. means now you are crawling to two three client. Now suddenly you grow and reaches to 50-60 odd clients. So now you are jumping. Also you start jumping means you are changing your demography and geography also. You were at Ranchi, you moved to Jamshedpur. You were at Delhi, you moved to Chandigarh. So this is how the jumping means. But then also you are the smaller player in that market, because when you do the competitor analysis, when you do the market analysis, you understand on the similar kind of product how many people in the similar kind of idea, how many people ex players are working. Hence what you feel, if I need to continue or if I need to alive, I need more money. Either I bring more revenue or either I get series A, series B, this kind of series. What it means, more money to be pumped in to keep me alive, because I am doing good and my solution is being asked by different that number is being increasing, that demand is being increasing. So now what will happen, series A will come. Series A means either the angel will himself will invest money, or VC will come, smaller scale VC will come. So there they will pump you more money and you will start, you will feel now I was on the ground, now I can fly also. Means you are moving to other means from this nation to other nation, you are capturing the market, everything XYZ. Now you are feeling I am the one who can do all those things. These things all come into mind. But this is what, like a dove, what it does, it has a range. It can't fly beyond that. It can't means it has a range. Similarly, the amount which has been pumped and the market opportunity which you have seen from small places to bigger and then biggest, that also has a range. But again, to be means survival of the fittest, that the jungle rule. So this is how the business rule and the market rule is also exists, that survival of the fittest. And how you become fit, that you become fit only due to your product, you become fit only due to your vision and mission, you become fit only due to your market, and you become fit only due to your services and all. So now again the need increases. Now I need to expand. I need to see what happen if suppose if you were a bird and you keep on flying on the same height, at some time a saturation will come and you will feel I need to see either I can fly more high or not, or else the someone who is forcing you and training you to fly at same speed, now he will ask that you should increase your speed and you should attain to some certain level. This is how the need will keep on increasing, that will compel you to fly more higher. So there the bigger, then you become kite and whale. And who are making you, either the they are known as, they are the person who give money to VCs also. They are the, means you can say the family business, they are the equity family business owner. They are like, means bigger player will come like SoftBank, more than SoftBank also. For an example, Goenka groups will come, or suppose if complete Reliance group is there, who is funding you, they have the family owned equity owners. They invest more money than the VCs, where what they ask you when you become kite or whale, it's like it's the top of the pyramid, everyone can't reach. So they will ask you one thing, you have to be on top and you have to be best out of them. So once they are influxing or fusing n number of amount, then you feel that now we have become kite, means we can fly at the top, at the highest point, and like whale they can dive at the lowest point. Now what I mean from snail, frog, dove, kite, whale is that when you think that you are becoming an entrepreneur, till snail and frog, it's only a learning stage. Till snail and frog, it's only a learning stage in terms of daily learning is there. But when you become dove, kite, dove, then it's now it's time to scale up. Whatever you have done the learning, apart from dynamic market change, whatever you have done the learning, it's a time to scale up. Scale up means you need to take some height. But now again, once you are at the height, you need again some different sort of attitude, some different sort of that's what innovation, more innovations. Means when you are entrepreneur at certain stages, at different stages, you need some more innovations to capture, to scale up, to grow. So this is where the kite and whale comes up. And kite and whale, it means jitna udna hai udo, jitna uncha ja sakte ho jao. And whale means jitna niche ja sakte ho jao. Niche ka matlab come to that level. If you are failing, no matters, try it out.
That as an entrepreneur, I need to have some kind of qualities, and of course, I need to be very aware of my environment. I need to understand problems. Then I need to think out of the box. Then what is really required, I must take risk. Then what is really required is consistency, perseverance, right, in my way of working. And secondly, I must understand that since it is a journey, right, like a plane, you know, when it has to take off, it starts with a certain thing, it is, right? And when it has acquired a certain speed, then and only then it can move forward and do that, right? So there are phases. One must understand that where you are, and then as far as the heights are concerned, what you can achieve through it is sky is the limit. Since you are an innovator, so there are no limits. That this is what you have done, right? So okay, now you are a kite or a whale, but then you can enter into space also.
Correct.
You can go into the cosmos from one planet to another. This is what exactly is entrepreneurship all about, right?
Entrepreneurship has no limit. You can think anything, and you can start. Means you should have that kind of zeal that yes, I can do that. That zeal has to be there. If you don't have that zeal can't be developed. It has to come from you. That spark has to come from you, and वो होता है. वो life में सबके कभी ना कभी आता है and होता है. So prior to that, I was saying it was you. मेरा एक last term था you. You means you all those things are secondary. Primary is you. It's you who will decide that it can be done or it can't be done. Unless until you are not motivated, unless until you don't have the characteristic what sir was saying, attitude, perseverance, you don't have that kind of attitude to fight back, let it be. If you don't have the attitude to change yourself dynamically, these attitudes matters a lot for an entrepreneur, because every day it's like, कहीं मैंने पढ़ा था आज तो उनसे मुलाकात होगी. There is a thin line, आज तो उनसे मुलाकात होगी, and I think it's for राष्ट्रीय राइफल somewhere in J&K. उनका अपना आज मतलब they always, the defense people are always ready in terms when they are in their duty hours, because आज उनसे मुलाकात होगी, कभी भी हो सकता है, and they have to be the best. So similarly, an entrepreneur has to be in the same style itself, that they has to be best at every moment, every time, and that only comes with perseverance. आपका सोच, आपका विचार आपको बहुत काम देगा. So this is where start means. Start never means कि आपके पास ये सारी चीजें हैं तभी होगा. मैं आपको एक ही चीज बोलता हूँ, the people like us, मतलब मैं अपनी चीज तो नहीं बोलूंगा. If you know how to sell, आपको अगर बेचना आता है, आप लाइफ में बहुत चीज कर सकते हो. If you know how to sell, you can do as many, because an entrepreneur has to be at the end of the day a salesperson. Salesperson kyun? Because the solution which he has brought, unless until he can't speak it out, unless until he can't explain it to their friends, unless until he can't explain it to other person, it's not going to heal it, it's not going to be utilized. Hence start jab aap karo to kabhi ye man mein nahi rakho ki I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have XYZ. Only thing you should have in your mind that this is the problem, this is how the solution should come, and this is how I can do it. ये मेरा दोस्त है, ये इस चीज को डेवलप कर सकता है, ये मेरे टीचर्स हैं, ये मुझे इसमें मदद कर सकते हैं, ये मैं खुद हूँ, it's me only, I can do these many things, and clubbing all those together, I can put it into a solution and I can present it. For initially, ma'am was saying that government of India has lot many things also, like Startup India Challenge. Then you have this IAC is promoting, even all IITs are promoting, NITs are promoting, your Ahmedabad jo aapko entrepreneurship institutes hai, they are promoting. There are different programs which are being run by the government of India and other state governments to promote entrepreneurship from the school level. So what it happens, it help you to, क्या help करने में मदद मिल रहा है कि what I am thinking now at the same time 100 more people are thinking on the same solution. So you come on the same podium and compete with them, or you understand and you interact with them. It helps you to come up with more beautiful ideas, it help you to come up to enhance your product in numerous manner. So this is how you need to start. It's nothing to worry कि पहले का टाइम था कि unless until you don't have money you can't do that. वो गई बात. अगर आपके पास पैसा नहीं भी है, अगर आपके पास आइडिया है and you know how to talk, अगर आपको बोलना नहीं भी आ रहा है, then your friends knows how to talk. Club it. आप उनसे बात करो. There is nothing कि कोई आपका आइडिया चोरी कर लेगा. इस दुनिया में कुछ चोरी नहीं होता और कुछ ऐसा नहीं है. If you fear that, then problem. If you don't fear that, then you can start. Then there is a word called stop. Stop का means ऐसा है always, like मैं अपने लाइफ को हर 5 years में देखता हूँ कि कितना चेंज किया. मीन्स हर 5 years में मेरा अपना जेनरिक व्यू है कि लाइफ चेंज करता है. 5 साल में आदमी कहाँ था और कहाँ पहुंच जाता है. सिमिलरली यू शुड ऑलवेज गिव टू योर टास्क quarter wise. Every quarter you should have a look, the thing which I am doing, whether it's progressing or not progressing. अगर आप वैसा नहीं करोगे, you will get choke and you will get stagnant. Apart from that, look back. Look back का टाइम आता है when you are at some top level. Top level का मतलब हमने जहां से शुरू किया था, और मैंने आपको बताया पिजन तक क्या होता है. We keep on enhancing our ideas, we keep on enhancing our own product. लेकिन एक लेवल के बाद इट्स इन द सेम फील्ड, सेम, मतलब अब आप टीचर बन गए, अब आप बस वही काम करना है. सो इट्स लाइक अब आप करते चलो. सो करने सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ पैशन ऑफ वर्क में क्या होता है, यू बिकम सैचुरेट एट सम टाइम. सो फ्रॉम देयर यू ऑलवेज नीड टू लुक बैक कि कैसे हम, व्हाट वाज योर विजन, व्हाट वाज योर मिशन. विजन मिशन भी बहुत काम आता है. एंड आई होप कि लोग विजन एंड मिशन में क्लियर होंगे, सो दैट इट विल बी वेरी इजियर व्हेन यू आर स्केलिंग अप. So, यहाँ पर सबसे पहला चीज, अब मैं छोटा सा एक यूनिट लेता हूं. अगर मैं, इफ आई एम अ स्टूडेंट, और इफ आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ क्लास 8 एंड आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ +2, इफ आई एम अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ क्लास 8 और मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम दिख रहा है सोसाइटी का, आई केम टू नो इट फ्रॉम ईदर वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड और ईदर फ्रॉम टीवी चैनल्स और ईदर फ्रॉम न्यूज़पेपर और ईदर फ्रॉम अपने फैमिली में ही. मुझे ये दिखा कि अगर इस प्रॉब्लम को मैं छोटा करूं, इस प्रॉब्लम को अगर मैं इस तरह से सॉल्यूशन दूं, तो इट विल हेल्प either my family, either my class, either my society or either my thing. Similarly, if I am a college going student, if I find कि इस काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम मेरे सोसाइटी में है, मेरे कॉलेज में है, मेरे अपने पूरे पीयर ग्रुप में है, एंड इस प्रॉब्लम का मैं ऐसा सॉल्यूशन दूं, तो क्या होगा कि आई कैन रिजॉल्व दैट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग आता है कि अगर आपके दिमाग में ऐसा चीज आ रहा है, देन ऑलवेज यू थिंक हाउ इट कैन बी डन टेक्निकली, because these days you need to adopt technology. अगर आप टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट नहीं करोगे, you will find challenge. Hence you need to understand कि कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सकती है या आपको सपोर्ट कर सकती है सॉल्व करने के लिए. Similarly, for college going student, you should always think that which kind of technology can help you and can support you to resolve that problem. Once you understand that technology, once you for school going understand, when you filter your technology, which technology you need to understand, then you should pin it down. This is the problem statement, this is the solution, and this is the technology I am going to use. This is how this is the technology will be used. Now how it will happen, for how either you know the solution, can step 1, step 2, step 3, else you need some people, सेम काइंड ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी पीपल. सेम काइंड ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी मीन्स जो आपकी बातों को सुने एंड समझे, जो आपसे डिस्कस करें. सो सेम काइंड ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी पीपल विद जिनके साथ आप बैठो. दिस इज स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3. ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये टेक्नोलॉजी में यूज कर रहा हूँ. स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3, स्टेप 4 ये है. फॉर कॉलेज गोइंग स्टूडेंट सिमिलरली स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2, स्टेप 3, स्टेप 4 ये है. वंस इट्स डन with 2-3 स्टूडेंट, नेवर हेजिटेट. कोई आपका आइडिया चोरी नहीं करेगा. आइडिया इज योर, लेट इट बी. अगर आपको इतना लगता है तो आप क्या करो, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो, उसका आइडिया एक सिंपल सा है. पोस्ट कार्ड होता है, इंडियन पोस्ट कार्ड, आपने देखा होगा. नहीं भी देखा है, पोस्ट कार्ड हटा दो, तो कम से कम एक व्हाइट पेपर पे क्या करना चाहिए, सिंपल सा चीज है. आपको ये प्रॉब्लम पता चला, put some solution, that this is the solution which I am thinking and this is the solution. उसको क्या करो, मोड़ो, फोल्ड करो, लिफाफा में डालो, पेस्ट करो, पोस्ट करो अपने ही एड्रेस पे, और उसको कभी नहीं खोलो. डेट जरूर मेंशन कर दो. व्हाट इट मींस, इट मींस कि ये प्रॉब्लम का ये सॉल्यूशन मैंने इस डेट को सोचा था. इट्स अ प्रूफ. अगर आपको इतना ही डर है कि कल को आपका कोई आइडिया, एंड इट्स अ लीगली ये काफी यूजफुल चीज है. सो अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है, इसको हम एक तरह से ये बोलते हैं, इट्स माय कॉपीराइट आल्सो, कि मैंने आइडिया सोचा था, वो खोलना कभी नहीं है। खोलना तब जब उसका कोई कुछ करे, तब आप जा सकते हो कोर्ट में कि ये आइडिया तो
Thank you
सोचा।
so much for touching on that aspect of right for intellectual property. All right.
हाँ, सो इट विल हेल्प यू, आपको डर नहीं लगेगा। एनी हाउ, अभी आपने ये चीजें मेंशन कर ली, स्टेप बी स्टेप सी। नाउ कभी भी हड़बड़ी में लेकर निकल नहीं जाओ, आपने आइडिया सोच लिया ये वो नहीं, ऑलवेज गो टू द हायर अथॉरिटी। हायर अथॉरिटी कौन होते हैं? ईदर एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंटरप्रेन्योर्स और योर कॉलेज प्रोफेसर्स और योर कॉलेज अथॉरिटीज। स्कूल में तुम्हारे टीचर्स, आपके प्रिंसिपल्स, घर में पेरेंट्स। अगर पेरेंट्स नहीं समझ रहे तो बगल में भी कोई पेरेंट्स होगा। ऑलवेज गो टू द सीनियर पीपल। सीनियर पीपल वो ऐसा नहीं कि जो आपको डिमोटिवेट करे, जो मोटिवेट, आपको खुद में पता होगा कौन मोटिवेट कर सकता है एंड कौन इस चीज को समझ सकता है। एनीहाउ, ऑलवेज टेक द नेगेटिव फीडबैक एज अ कंस्ट्रक्टिव मैनर, क्योंकि जो भी इंसान अगर उसको नेगेटिव भी बोल रहा हो, ऐसा नहीं कि वो नेगेटिव है, इट्स ही और शी इज ट्राइंग टू इम्प्रोवाइज यू। सो उस चीज को आप उनसे डिस्कस करो। Discuss, once you start discussing with them, they will give you n number of ideas for what? For your आपके काम के लिए ही, क्योंकि उनके पास एक लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस ज्यादा है जो आपके पास नहीं है। उनके पास वो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ज्यादा है। Now once you have discussed it, आपने ये सारी चीज डिस्कस कर लिया, then you see how this idea or solution can be implemented। अब उसको implementation कैसे किया जा सकता है। Now here the comes finance। फिनांस कहने का मतलब, फिनांस के साथ आता है ऑपरेशन। फिनांस का मतलब ये है कि ये दिस वाज द प्रॉब्लम, दिस वाज द सॉल्यूशन, दिस इज द टेक्नोलॉजी, दीज आर द स्टेप्स। सो इसमें क्या क्या मुझे जरूरत पड़ेगी? फिनांस, ऑपरेशन एंड ह्यूमन रिसोर्स। क्या क्या जरूरत पड़ेगा? फिनांस बोले तो पैसा कितना लगेगा, कितने का सामान होगा, किस तरह से काम होगा, या कम पैसे में हो या ज्यादा पैसे में हो, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग। देन ऑपरेशंस, हाउ इट विल बी मोबिलाइज्ड, also how many manpower will be used। स्कूल में you have friends, so there is no requirement of human resource, आपके friends ही इस चीज को कर देंगे। in colleges you have peers, there is no requirement of human resource, आपके दोस्त ही इस चीज को कर देंगे। but anyhow finance and operation, इसको कैसे करना आपको, whether you need to implement it from your house, whether you need to implement it from your school, whether you need to implement it from your college or society, that you need to think। You need to take advantage of your professors, you need to take advantages of your teachers who can give you references। यहाँ सबसे बड़ी चीज आती है एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, वो है रेफरेंस। दूसरा प्रॉब्लम है नेटवर्क। रेफरेंस और नेटवर्क सुनने में एक लगता है, बट देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस। बट एनीहाउ, इफ यू हैव रेफरेंसेस दैट विल आल्सो वर्क, इफ यू हैव नेटवर्क दैट विल आल्सो वर्क। और नेटवर्क और रेफरेंस कौन दे सकता है? टीचर, पेरेंट्स, प्रिंसिपल, फ्रेंड्स, इस तरह से ही काम होता है। देन यू आर डूइंग दैट, देन यू स्टार्ट इम्प्लीमेंटिंग, you implement it and do the pilot project। always do have the pilot project, उसको virtually करो या physically करो, but always do have a pilot project। it will give you an understanding। for an example, in your school, if your school wants to conduct a national level exam or a final exam, they do the rehearsal। for example, मैंने तो उतना ड्राई रन नहीं कर पाया because I was having very short time, but yes, it's a very good step from any universities and all। what it helps, जैसे अभी मैं आपके सामने बोल रहा हूँ, यहाँ बहुत सारी कहीं कहीं मुझे प्रॉब्लम्स है, बट अगर इफ आई एम डूइंग द ड्राई रन मीन्स ऑलवेज हैव अ व्हाट यू से रिहर्सल काइंड ऑफ थिंग, कि आप उसको करो एंड सी व्हाट ऑल प्रॉब्लम्स आर देयर, सो दैट व्हेन यू आर लॉन्चिंग इट, इट विल बी लॉन्च्ड इन अ गुड मैनर, इन अ वेरी गुड मैनर। तो वो वाली चीज यू शुड ऑलवेज डू द टेस्ट ट्रायल फॉर अ स्कूल स्टूडेंट ऑल्सो, टेस्ट ट्रायल फॉर द कॉलेज स्टूडेंट ऑल्सो। नाउ जो बहुत जरूरी चीज है, you should always participate in all entrepreneurship competition। IITs कराती है, universities कराती है, schools कराती है, TAI कराती है, RAN कराता है। RAN is Rajasthan Angel Investor Network, Mumbai Angel Network, Indian Angel Network, Hyderabad Angel Network, Chandigarh Angel Network, Chennai Angel Network। ये सारे angel network they organize competitions। Universities, Thapad University, if I am not wrong, Mangalam University was are also into this, if I am not wrong, IITs are into this, NITs participate into it। why I am asking you to participate? if you feel that your product is that kind of, wahan jaoge, you will have more exposure. That was my first thing. Exposure hone se what will help you? It will give you confidence. Yahan se aapka confidence build up shuru hoga. You will understand kahan kamiyan hai, where there challenges are there, and all those things are there. And also here you will find angels, or here you will find VCs also, who can see your product and who can invest into it. Agar aapka aisa nahi hai, then angel.co.in इस पर आप रजिस्टर करो, गो एंड पिच योर प्रोडक्ट देयर. बूटस्ट्रैप के बहुत सारे ग्लोबल लिंक्स हैं, उस पर जाओ एंड डू क्राउड फंडिंग. देयर इज वन टर्म कॉल्ड क्राउड फंडिंग. मींस कोई अगर आइडिया, स्कूल के बच्चे का आइडिया है, वो अगर क्राउड फंडिंग ग्लोबली होती है, वहां के लिंक पे हम चले गए, हमने अपने आइडिया एंड प्रोडक्ट को वहां आई हैड पुट इट, हमने अपलोड कर दिया, एंड आई सेड कि मुझे मिनिमम इस आइडिया को रन करने के लिए $200 चाहिए. So what will happen? From Argentina, from India, from X, from Y, from Z, people will start donating. It's like chanda. Without any equity, you are getting donation. That is crowdfunding. कहीं कहीं वो इक्विटी की भी बात करता है, दैट्स अप टू यू. बूटस्ट्रैप भी इसी तरह से होता है, स्लोली जितना भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उतना ही मिला, फिर हम आगे बढ़े. बूटस्ट्रैप जैसे मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, आपने मुझे आइडिया दिया, मैंने आप में पैसा लगा दिया, मैंने कहा कि ठीक है आप इतना पैसा लो एंड ग्रो, एंड देन आई विल पुट मोर. सो इट्स स्टेज बाय स्टेज. So these are the terminology which you need to understand, but prior to that terminology you need to understand that you should always participate into competition. But prior to participating in competition, you should always understand that you need to speak to your peer, you need to speak to your seniors, you need to speak to your officials and college management, क्योंकि they are the one who are going to support. आप उनको कमजोर नहीं समझना, they will help you a lot. इसका एक और रीजन बताता हूँ. कोई भी सीनियर प्रोफेसर से आप मिलोगे, व्हाट दे फील, ओके ठीक है ही विल स्पीक, और सीनियर टीचर से मिलोगे, बट व्हाट दे डू एट लास्ट, व्हिच वी हैव सीन, दे स्टार्ट एंजॉयिंग का मतलब उन्हें भी ये लगता है कि अगर ये बच्चे ये कर रहे हैं और मैं इनके साथ अगर जुटा हूं इन एनी टर्म एज एन एडवाइजर, सो आई एम आल्सो डूइंग इट, आई एम आल्सो एंजॉयिंग इट. सो वो जो एक्सपीरियंस आएगा ना, इट विल हेल्प यू टू कहीं से कहीं स्केल करने का. ये सारी चीजें होने के बाद देन देयर कम्स, इन सब में एक चीज और है, वो है मार्केट कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस. कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस का मतलब ये होता है, ये कभी नहीं भूलना, ये हमेशा याद रखना कि अभी एट प्रेजेंट मैं, इफ आई एम सेइंग कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आई शुड वर्क ऑन दिस प्रॉब्लम एंड ऐसा सॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए. हमेशा याद रखना, अगर आप सोच रहे हो ना, तो मेरे जैसे 20 लोग और सोच रहे हैं. कुछ ऐसे होंगे जो सोचकर उस पर काम भी चालू कर दिए होंगे, कुछ ऐसे होंगे जो मार्केट में एग्जिस्ट भी कर रहे होंगे. सो ऑलवेज यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हाउ यू आर. आपने प्रोडक्ट तो बना दिया, बट पता चलेगा प्रोडक्ट बनने के बाद उसका यूज ही नहीं है. यूज क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि लोग पहले से एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं, एल्स उसका उतना कोई काम ही नहीं रहा. सो व्हेन यू आर डूइंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स, ऑलवेज ट्राई टू हैव कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस कि कौन उस बिजनेस में है, किस तरह से है, सो दैट आप whenever you are going to pitch or whenever you are going to implement, कहने का मतलब अगर कोहली अच्छा बैटिंग नहीं कर पा रहा है, इस बॉल को नहीं खेल पा रहा है, तो उसके बाद मान लो कोई नया बैट्समैन इंडियन टीम में जा रहा है, तो व्हाट ही विल डू कि कोहली जो गलतियां कर रहा था हम भी वही करें, या फिर हम उससे कुछ सीखकर अच्छी चीजें करें. तभी तो मार्केट में मुझे कोहली की जगह खिलाया जा सकता है, एल्स कोहली विल बी देयर. So this is because Kohli, why I said Kohli is the best batsman. So आपको बेस्ट के साथ compete करना है. So when you are competing with best, उसके पीछे एफर्ट लगता है, एंड एफर्ट आपके एटीट्यूड से लगता है, आपके मोटिवेशन से लगता है, आपके पीयर टू पीयर सपोर्ट से लगता है, आपके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन टेक्निक से लगता है, आपके आइडियाज जो आप मतलब जो परसिवरेंस, जो सर ने वर्ड बोला था ना, आपके परसिवरेंस से लगता है. So these are the things which you keep in mind. And आपको हमेशा सोचना. एक और बहुत अच्छी चीज बताता हूँ, रोज एवरी डे यू शुड टेक, इफ यू आर अ स्कूल गोइंग स्टूडेंट, टेक वन प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम होम और टेक वन प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम योर क्लासरूम एंड ट्राई टू लुक कि मैं इसको सॉल्व कर सकता हूँ कि नहीं, विद द हेल्प ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम इफ यू आर अ कॉलेज गोइंग स्टूडेंट, इन ग्रुप यू कैन डिसाइड एंड यू कैन कम अप विद सम डिफरेंट लवली आइडियाज. क्योंकि एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने का कोई टाइम नहीं होता. एंटरप्रेन्योर तो सब बचपन से ही होते हैं, बट उसको प्रैक्टिकली ग्राउंड पे लाने का कोई टाइम नहीं होता. बट उसको आप पॉजिटिव वे में लेके जाओगे, देन यू विल बिकम मार्क जुकरबर्ग. अगर नेगेटिव वे में लेके जाओगे, देन यू विल बिकम नटवरलाल ऑफ इंडिया. सो दोनों अलग अलग चीज है. इट्स अप टू यू वेदर आपको शर्मा जी का बेटा कहलाना है या फिर खुद में ही आपको अंबानी अडानी कहलाना है. सो इट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. मींस यू शुड फोकस एंड यू शुड keep motivating yourself. This is what I have at my end, एंड मैंने ये सारी चीजें बता रखी है। हाँ, एक बहुत अच्छी बात मैं मिस कर गया, जब आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बनते हो उसमें 4 गलतियां नहीं करनी है। यू आर स्कूल एंड कॉलेज गोइंग स्टूडेंट, बट हम ये बता रहे हैं आपको। पहला, व्हेन यू आर डूइंग एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, यू हैव टू वेरी फोकस ऑन योर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप। यू कांट जितने भी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स होते हैं उनकी शादी थोड़ा लेट हो सकती है। रीजन ये, बिकॉज जब आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बन रहे हैं यू डोंट हैव अर्निंग, आपका शायद 1-1.5 साल तक पैसा भी आप कमा ना रहे हो। सो मैं कॉलेज वालों को बोल रहा हूँ, यू ऑलवेज फिक्स। शादी डिले हो सकता है, लाइफ में बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आ सकते हैं, बहुत लोग छोड़कर भाग सकते हैं आपको, बट यू आर एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, यू नो हाउ टू डील विथ इट। अगर आपको डील करना आता है तो आप सब चीज डील कर सकते हो। इसके अलावा मतलब लाइफ में कोई दो, लाइफ के ना बहुत कुछ 4-5 एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं। वो एट्रीब्यूट्स जब आप किसी मतलब एक साथ दोनों सीढ़ी पर पांव मत रख देना। कहने का मतलब, if you are not working and your wife is also not working and you are developing something and you think that I want to become an entrepreneur, भगवान करे आप बन जाओ, you will fall into a, मतलब आप खाई कुआं कहां जाओगे आई डोंट नो, मतलब आप टूट जाओगे। दूसरी चीज ये है कि when you are thinking I want to, so इसलिए मैंने कहा स्कूल टाइम सबसे बेस्ट है एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने के लिए, कॉलेज टाइम उससे भी बेस्ट है। स्कूल टाइम इसलिए बेस्ट है क्योंकि पेरेंट्स हैं, सपोर्ट है। कॉलेज टाइम में फ्रेंड्स हैं, आपको मोटिवेट ही करते रहेंगे, कभी भी वो डिमोटिवेट नहीं करेंगे। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आपको और प्लस रिसोर्सेज भी मिलेंगे। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर विल बी नो फ्रेंड्स, नो मोटिवेशन फैक्टर। फिर सोसाइटी का अपना चैलेंज आ जाएगा। सोसाइटी में ऐसा होगा, देखो XYZ का लड़का क्लर्क बन गया, देखो XYZ का लड़का इंजीनियर होकर आज गूगल में चला गया, देखो XYZ का लड़का माइक्रोसॉफ्ट चला गया, देखो XYZ का लड़का सरकारी जॉब हो गया अगर आप बिहार झारखंड से हो। एंड व्हाट यू विल से दैट आई एम अर्निंग 15,000, व्हाट यू विल से आई एम अर्निंग 30,000, उसके बाद बोलोगे जॉब बंद हो गया। सो सोसाइटी फैक्टर में पेरेंट्स विल नेवर आपको उतना तंग नहीं करेंगे, बट बगल के मिश्रा जी, शर्मा जी, साहू जी, XYZ जो भी हो सकते हैं, वो आपसे जरूर पूछते रहेंगे कि बेटा कहाँ जा रहे हो, क्या हो रहा है, नहीं। सो घूम फिर कर एंटरप्रेन्योर जब आप किड्स हो, ठीक है, उस समय तो समझ में नहीं आता, यू कैन डू, बट व्हेन यू आर ग्रोन अप इट्स यू। ये डिसीजन आप ही को लेना है कि आपको करना क्या है। आप अगर अपने आप में ऑनेस्ट हो, इफ यू थिंक दैट आई कैन डू, आई कैन सर्वाइव करना, परसिवरेंस रखना बहुत 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 जरूरी है। एंड अपने आप में चेंज, मतलब इफ समवन सेज दैट यू नीड टू चेंज, देन डोंट बिकम स्टैग्नेंट। मतलब मैं नहीं करूंगा, दैट नो हैज टू बी देयर, बट नो कहां बोलना है, दैट यू शुड ऑलवेज बी रेडी टू नो और टू थिंक इन योरसेल्फ कि कब बोलना है कब नहीं बोलना है। सो दिस इज व्हाट अ स्मॉल प्रेजेंटेशन एट माय एंड फॉर कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, क्या नहीं कर सकते हो। होप एक अच्छी चीज बता देता हूं, डोंट बिकम अ जॉब सीकर, बिकम अ जॉब क्रिएटर। अगर आप जॉब क्रिएटर बनने की लालसा रखते हो जरूर बनोगे, मतलब इन सेंस। और इकोनॉमी, सोसाइटी, गवर्नमेंट इतनी सारी चीज लेकर आ रही है। मैम आपको बहुत सारी चीजें बता रही थी, गवर्नमेंट इतने सारे स्कीम्स लाकर रखे हैं कि आप जो यूटिलाइज करना चाहो आप लेंडिंग, मतलब अमाउंट जो है उसको बहुत, आपका DIP प्रोग्राम है, डिजिटल इंडिया प्रोग्राम है, आपका स्टार्टअप इंडिया प्रोग्राम है, आपको फिर जो MSMEs के बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स हैं, फिर इंस्टीट्यूट्स के थ्रू प्रोग्राम है। आपको हर एक चीज में, आप अगर मार्स पे जाना चाहते हो ना उसके लिए भी प्रोग्राम है, बट यू नीड टू कम अप, दैट वो विल होता है ना, जैसे डिफेंस में होता है, आपको वो करना है। अगर करना है तो आइए, नहीं करना है मत आइए। दिस इज व्हाट आई विल लव टू से। Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir, for giving such a wonderful exposure to the world of entrepreneurship, right? What exactly it is, what kind of risks are involved in it, what kind of attributes, attitudes are really required, what are the stages, how to really go about them, and most important, when you are into this journey, societal things, environmental things, government policies, politics, economics, every factor has to be taken into account so that you can be successful in your journey as an entrepreneur. It was really great being with you, sir. And since you have such a rich experience with the students particularly, so I think that's why you could reach out to So I see a couple of students, couple of audience are writing this also. How can we be in touch with you? Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your email ID, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure our students or audience would get in touch with you. Now, you see, one is what is entrepreneurship and how do we go about it and all that. So I would say one lecture is not enough, right? It is just an exposure. It is just like showing a flashlight, okay? That we have, here it is something, Rest is all exploration. And there are two ways. One is you start doing by yourself. Another is it is done in a very, very systematic manner. So when we say it is done at systematic manner, there comes the role of institutes. So we mentioned so many institutes are there who are helping to train you as an entrepreneur. So good universities which are thinking in terms of, right, rather than only like being at the mercy of a corporate or government or something like that, what you are there is that there is a systematic approach. So they have devised the curriculum. It may be 6 months curriculum, it may be 1 year curriculum, or it may be a part of the MBA program, it may be a part of other programs they have, where you are systematically taught different studies. For example, brainstorming. So how to do the brainstorm? Pitching, how you're going to do. Okay, suppose you come across an angel, right? And that angel gives you money. Now, how to use it, right? What exactly to do? So there are systems into it. There are ways to do it. That is what exactly universities, good universities are doing. So in K.R.Mangalam, we have an program on entrepreneurship. We have an incubation cell. Now, incubation cell is a cell where we invite the investors. So you need not go here and there, right? But we bring you the investors if you have a good idea, right? If your idea is worth exploring further. So what exactly we are doing, how it is happening, I'll request, Jyoti ma'am to come forward and explain. Jyoti ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. So we had a lot of unanswered questions yet, though a lot of students were still asking if we can talk about the other government schemes which are given by the government of India that we can maybe discuss a little bit about. So, sir, if you want to shed a little bit of light, that would be great as well before we go ahead with the university presentation. Because, we are forcing the students to talk about entrepreneurship on everyday basis. Now they have the questions, so I would like them to be answered.
Yeah. So,
Arora sir, if you would like to answer, Vivek sir, if you would like to answer.
Sure. Well, that would be something great because it's important to answer to the queries. Once the queries are answered, then and only the decision making happens.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So as per I know, means the government is running like Startup India program where they have launched Mudra loan scheme also. That is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Apart from that, you have Atal Innovation Mission. Then you have EVs portal where I think a primary purpose was to create entrepreneurship friendly atmosphere in the country. Then you have a multiple grants scheme that comes under MGS. Means whatever I do remember. Then software technology park they have created. Apart, sir was also telling about incubation centers that's into universities and all. So for solar projects, if you are thinking, government has huge amount of subsidies for solar project if you are coming up with solar product and all. For MSME, in MSME only, dairy, for dairy also they have huge subsidies. So if these kind of under any category, if you are following, means government is supporting like anything.
Perfect, sir. So would you say, is there a way for the students to be able to achieve these targets that the government is giving? Is there a scholarship kind of a thing that they can look at? Or is it, as you were saying, they have to participate in some competitions to be able to win it?
No, if you will visit to the site, you will come to know that there are many ways. Means first is that you need to you need to upload your write-up, that what you are doing and what you are not doing. Then that write-up has to be accepted by the committee. Once they are accepting it, then they will ask you for the presentation, and if they like it, then they give you the grant. So they have but before understanding your product and solution, they are not going to, means a write-up has to be made. That write-up skill, sir, is very important, that I forgot to mention. Write-up, that your PPTs, presentation, document, that skill also need to be developed. And I feel Mangalam University is one of the best university which can support the student in this also, and it's very important. And also you should be aware कि कहाँ English write-up चाहिए होता है, कहाँ Hindi write-up चाहिए होता है. But anyhow, government is taking both. But वो है, आप जाओगे आप.
Perfect, sir. Another question that we have understood is, actually, you have also spoken about it a little bit, and I wanted to understand this in detail. If you can do a little SWOT analysis of any of the startups, if we talk about your startup, Tinkerly, for an example, if you could do a little SWOT analysis of the first 6 months of the first year of the business when it progressed, that would be great for our students to understand as well, because we have a lot of students who are interested in education as a profile, and they are looking, to go ahead and open up a startup instead of working in a school and going ahead with it.
Yeah, correct. So if I speak for my own startup, is that we started in 2015, but we started working on this idea since 2013. And at IITs, you have the student comes from different diversity, and we all faced the same challenge. That is means जो मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ, एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. जब might at in class 6 or 7, first you have seen the globe. जब आपने पहली बार globe देखा हो, you would have feel or realized कि मुझे पूरा geography आ गया. I can understand the geography. So this is what experiential based learning is, जहाँ where you are seeing what you are learning. So this is when you go to IITs and elite institutes like that, there you have LPT system, lecture practical tutorial. What you are being taught on that practical will be there, and that tutorial will be there. So, but in school somewhere we found it was lacking at present, is not in past, but it's still lacking, and it was lacking. So from there, our idea generated that how we can use or capitalize the elite institutes lab and the science laboratories for school kids while they are being taught in the class. So we came up with many product. We pitched it to SC Verma Physics, then IIT Bombay we went, Kanpur we went, Delhi we went. We pitched it to professors, they liked it, and then what I was saying, they referred to us to Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and all that mission. From there, we were referred to many schools where we gave up the presentation. We participated in many events. This is how our journey started. And slowly, in next means our by 2017, government of India has started Atal Innovation Mission, under which they thought whatever the thing, means they thought our human resource need to be more skilled. For that, what they started from the school level itself, they introduced a program that is Atal Tinkering Labs, in which from school level, from class 1 itself, they will ask you to go for coding, they will ask you to go for this 3D printer, they will ask you to go for carpentry and all those things which you are doing at engineering level. Why? Because they wanted to create the student or to expose the student in terms of creativity or innovation. Their aim was, it's okay, 100 will not become Einstein, but at least 100 can be exposed into that domain, so that in future, because future we know, or the current we know, it's going to be dependent, and it's dependent on AI, ML, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things. We can't even think a fraction of second without our phone also. So unless until our kids are not being exposed, जब तक वो एक होता है यूज करना और उस पर काम करना, और एक होता है कि उसको देखे हुए भी होना. So अगर if they have seen also, it will help. Apart from that, those kids who really want to do some innovation, that will help them to come up with some brilliant idea. That was building entrepreneurs at the school level itself. So that program was started by the central government of India, and there we from our business to that, we moved to that business. But during 2020 and 21, that lockdown, COVID, due to COVID, everything, I will say, that was stopped or get choked. Even in fact, we were unable to have a single revenue for 3 to 4 months. It was like everything was stopped. This is what constraint is. Means we were more into physical domain. We were not into software or technology domain. But we were, एक term बोलता हूँ, B2B, business to business. Means I was a business and I was doing business with whom? Schools. But at the time, COVID के समय क्या हुआ कि सारे schools बंद हो गए, सारी चीजें बंद हो गई. Now how the things will start? We used to think that why people will go on technology, why we will have more Zoom kind of meeting, why we will have classes on Zoom. Uska if and buts we can discuss, but it was the need of the hour, and we were forcefully asked to go and have the session on this. Hence, एक तो होता नीड डेवलप होना, एक होता फोर्सफुली डेवलप हो जाना. सो इट वाज, नोबडी वाज अवेयर कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है, कोविड आएगा ना ऐसा लाइफ चेंज हो जाएगा. हेंस वी आल्सो इवॉल्व्ड फ्रॉम B2B on physical business to technology business, which now we are doing. We are providing coding classes with hardware. We say always कि आप जो भी कोड कर रहे हो, always use to, means you should have always this kind of hardware. You should know what coding I am using and why it will work with the help of code. So if you have this kind of understanding, because we are having expertise in B2B business, we have more than 350 schools in since last 7 years. We are working with them. So we were having experience of that. So we implemented that experience, जिसको हम बोलते हैं B2C and D2C, direct to consumer business or business to consumer. Means I am a business house. Now I am directly doing business with whom? Like Baizu is doing with you, like White Hat Junior is doing with you, or like Vedantu is doing with you. Directly I am going doing business with you. Similarly, there is direct to consumer. If I am a production house, means I am developing that kit and I am doing business to you. So there is a B2C, D2C, we both started. And the difference between B2C and D2C is that D2C are the manufacturer who are doing business to you. B2C may be a manufacturer or might not be a manufacturer. So that's a small difference. So we plunged into B2C business, and now we are doing good. So now we have both B2B business as well as D2C business or B2C business. So it's how Tinkerly grown, and from zero to now it's almost $300 million. It's kind of firm is this. So now we will keep on growing. So this is how
we can say that you are extremely rich now.
Rich, you can say. We are 4 co-founders. Again, I said, don't always think that alone I can do. We are 4 co-founders, and we have segmented our duties to each and everyone. I look for teacher and training and development. I look after HR. I look after operation and supply. This is what they have different roles.
So we have taken a lot of your time, but I just have one last question, because every time we talk about entrepreneurship, opening up a restaurant, opening up a hotel, opening up a boutique chain, opening up a school, opening up a teaching institute, the students finally pay attention to the amount which the owner or the co-founder is able to earn. So for example, you just spoke about the $1 million. So the students directly go over there. They forget that there's a huge path which we need to cover in this area to be able to reach that rosy picture which they have reached towards. And if I'm talking to you directly, I understand that you have such a hectic schedule. You do not even have time to go through the different parts that other people are asking of you. We realized it while you were again and again saying, I'm actually very busy, and we understand that. So if you could just shed a little light as a last parting moment from you for the students to make them understand, it's something that you can achieve, but it is not that easy to achieve either. It's a lot of hard work. If you could say it in a few words for us.
देखो, मैं ऐसे बताता हूँ आपको. एटलीस्ट इन इंडिया मैं आपको कुछ चीजें बता देता हूँ. इफ यू आर इन इंडिया, मैं बाहर, इंडिया एंड चाइना दोनों का मार्केट सेम है. इंडिया में यू एज अ स्टूडेंट यू हैव अ लाइफ. इफ यू आर नॉट डूइंग गुड, अगर आप सीरियस नहीं हो गए इन स्टैंडर्ड 10th, अगर आप 10th में सीरियस नहीं हो गए तो आप 5 years पीछे हो गए. इफ यू आर, अगर आप, क्यों मैं बोला, क्योंकि अगर आप 10th में सीरियस हो गए तो आप +1 +2 जो भी आपका है वो आप अच्छा करोगे. क्योंकि इंडिया में आज अभी भी जो हमारी इंडियन इकोसिस्टम है, यहाँ पर अभी भी पीपल फोकसेस मोर कि आप अच्छा पढ़ो, अच्छा करो, अच्छा पढ़ो, अच्छा करो। फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, जो मैं ये इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ, मैं आपका आंसर इसलिए उस वे में करना चाह रहा हूँ। यूएस में इफ अ पेरेंट इज बाइंग अ टॉय लाइक दिस, दे विल एक्सपेक्ट कि स्टूडेंट जो है इससे सीखे, दे विल लर्न फ्रॉम दिस, वो इससे सीखे, इसलिए वो टॉय खरीदते हैं। इंडिया में इट्स स्टिल वो अभी एटमॉस्फेयर नहीं बना है। अगर मैंने ये टॉय दिया तो वो ये बोलेंगे आप इससे खेलो, लेकिन जाओ मैथ्स भी बनाना है, साइंस भी बनाना है, भी करना है। यूएस में पेरेंट विल सिट एंड ही विल से अच्छा आओ इसको खोलते हैं, ओके दिस इज दिस इज बैटरी। ऐसे भी पेरेंट्स यहाँ कम है। सो हेंस वी नीड टू ऑलवेज, जो मैंने आपको पहली बात बताई थी, वो बिल गेट्स हो सकता है या मिस्टर श्याम हो सकता है, एंड बोथ आर इक्वल, मेरे लिए कोई कम आगे पीछे नहीं है। सो आपको 10th में इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम एक मौका देती है अच्छा करने का, चलो बाय मिस्टेक छूट गया, दूसरा मौका मिलता है +1 +2 में, वो भी छूट गया, अगर आप अच्छा मौका उसको भी स्किप कर जाते हो, फिर मिलता है ग्रेजुएशन में। अगर आप ग्रेजुएशन अच्छा करोगे तो मतलब अच्छा करने का मतलब आपकी लाइफ जो रोजी पिक्चर है और जो उसके पीछे एफर्ट है, वो दोनों का आप कंपैरिजन समझते हो, वो भी अच्छा नहीं हो पा रहा, तो फिर आपको लाइफ जो है आपके सर्विस लाइफ में या बिजनेस लाइफ में मौका देता है। अगर इंसान ये सारी चीजें छोड़ देता है तो फिर उसका लाइफ मिसमैच हो जाता है, एटलीस्ट इन इंडिया। सिमिलरली आपका जो स्टार्टअप लाइफ है वो भी इसी तरह है। इफ यू आर, अगर आप जुझारू हैं, अगर आप कर सकते हो, आपका कोई भी लाइफ मिस हो गया हो, इट डज नॉट मैटर, लेकिन स्टार्टअप लाइफ में आपको खाना आपको भूलना होगा, या तो आप भूल जाओगे या तो वो आपको भूल जाएगा। ट्रैवलिंग मतलब ऐसा आप सबसे पहले एक्सक्यूज देना छोड़ दोगे, इट्स योर बिजनेस, अगर आप नहीं करोगे, इट्स योर आइडिया, अगर आप उसके पीछे एफर्ट नहीं लगाओगे, नोबडी इज देयर टू पुट एफर्ट फॉर यू, इट्स योर बिजनेस, अगर आप उसके लिए नहीं जाओगे किसी से मिलने, नोबडी इज गोइंग, किसी को सपने तो आएंगे नहीं कि इसने ऐसा कुछ करना है इसलिए चलो जी मिलकर आते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा। सो आपको सबसे पहले डिसिप्लिन में आना पड़ेगा। व्हाट इज दैट डिसिप्लिन? टाइमली उठना, टाइमली अपने काम पर फोकस होना, हर चीज एक अपने आप में एटीट्यूड डेवलप करना कि अगर कोई किसी चीज को मतलब अपने क्रिटिसिज्म को भी कंस्ट्रक्टिव लेना, वो एटीट्यूड आपको डेवलप करना पड़ेगा। और ये एटीट्यूड डेवलप इतना आसानी से नहीं होता, मेरा भी बहुत चीज नहीं अभी भी डेवलप हुआ, बट स्टिल वी आर ट्राइंग। एंड एक एंटरप्रेन्योर ऐसा बोल ही नहीं सकता कि मतलब बस हो गया अब मैं बहुत हैप्पी हूं, ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं। आपको हर दिन रात को ये लगता है कल, एक रिक्शा वाला कैसे होता है, रिक्शा वाला अगर आज रिक्शा चलाया तो उसके पास पैसा आता है, फिर अगर वो कल नहीं चलाएगा तो नहीं आएगा, परसों नहीं चलाएगा भूखा मर जाएगा। सिमिलरली एंटरप्रेन्योर ऐसे ही सोचता है, बिकॉज यू आर लुकिंग फॉर मोर देन, जैसे मेरे पास 70-80 ऑड पीपल को मैं देख रहा हूँ, मोर देन 100-200 टीचर्स हैं। सो अगर आप नहीं अच्छा करोगे तो आप पर इतने लोग डिपेंडेंट है, सब चले जाएंगे, मतलब इट विल बी लाइक मींस आप तो भूखे मरोगे, वो भी भूखे मतलब नथिंग विल, दे विल आल्सो हैव फॉर देयर ब्रेड एंड बटर। हेंस एक एंटरप्रेन्योर हर दिन शाम को यही सोचता है और हर दिन अपने आप को एक्टिव रखता है, मोटिवेटेड रखता है कि मेरे को आगे क्या करना। अगर आप जिस दिन सोचना छोड़ दोगे उस दिन आपका जिंदगी रुक जाएगा। और दूसरा चीज, सपना जरूर देखना चाहिए। एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए जो सबसे रोजी मूवमेंट होता है, हर दिन सपना देखना। सपना बोले तो सोते हुए नहीं, आप $1 मिलियन में बात करते रहो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, अगर आप एफर्ट लगा रहे हो $1 मिलियन जरूर पहुंच जाओगे, बट यू नीड टू कीप ऑन टॉकिंग एंड यू नीड सेम फ्रीक्वेंसी पीपल को आपको ढूंढना बहुत जरूरी है, अलाइनमेंट होना चाहिए, नहीं तो आप बहुत परेशान हो जाओगे। एंड फाइटर लाइफ होता है, इट्स नॉट इजी। मैं तो कहता हूँ जितने एंटरप्रेन्योर जो 5 साल का जॉब कर चुके हैं उनको, जॉब बोल रहा हूँ, 5 साल अगर फर्म चला चुके हैं उनको पीएचडी दे देना चाहिए, बिकॉज दे हैव डन थीसिस, कंप्लीट रिसर्च हो जाता है। आप मतलब इट्स अ वेरी टफ लाइफ, इट्स सिमिलर टू लाइक अ पर्सन हु इज डूइंग रियली हार्ड वर्क इन देयर पीएचडी, इसी टाइप से लाइफ चलता है। एंड प्रेशर बहुत होता है, पीयर प्रेशर। आपके दोस्त लैम्बोर्गिनी में, अगर आप बहुत अच्छे जगह से और आपके दोस्त और अच्छे, कोई आईएएस बन जाता है, कोई शायद यूएस में बैठा हो, कोई कुछ कर रहा हो और आप उस समय साइकिल पे चल रहे होंगे, शायद ऑटो में धक्का खा रहे होंगे, शायद बस में धक्का खा रहे होंगे, दिल्ली के गर्मी में घूम रहे होंगे, सब दिल्ली सर्दी में घूमने आएंगे, आप दिल्ली गर्मी में घूमो, सब यूके यूएस घूम रहे होंगे, आप पता नहीं कौन सा गांव में घूम रहे होंगे। सो इट्स लाइक इफ यू कैन टेक ऑल दिस चैलेंज, लेकिन मैं एक चीज बोल रहा हूँ, बहुत एडवेंचरस होता है, बहुत मजा आता है। एंड सबसे बड़ी चीज, आपको अनगिनत लोग मिलते हैं बात करने को एंड उनसे नॉलेज लेने को, बस ये एक मजेदार चीज होती है। कहीं बैठो वहीं खाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। सो ये हर दिन है, ये हमेशा होता है, ऐसा नहीं है आप कितना भी कमा लो।
Thank you so much, sir. Someone is writing down as well that it was very, very motivational. And I can very much say from the student side, we had a lot of students who had come here today. There was a lot of participation from the student sides as well, because sir, हर किसी के माइंड में ना अब यही चीज है कि सिर्फ जॉब तो सब करते हैं, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने करी, मुझे उनके पेरेंट्स ने करी, अब मैं कुछ और करके दिखाऊंगा. So yeah.
जनरेशन शिफ्ट बोलते हैं. देखो,
Yes, sir.
अगर आप हिम्मत है तो जनरेशन शिफ्ट करके दिखाओ. कहने का मतलब आपके दादाजी किसान, जैसे मेरे दादाजी किसान थे. सो फर्स्ट
Same.
उनके पिताजी जो थे, ही वाज इनटू पुलिस एंड ऑल, वो ठीक है, लेकिन वो किसान थे. मेरे पिताजी प्रोफेसर हुए, दैट वाज अ गवर्नमेंट जॉब. सो जनरेशन अपग्रेड किया, मैं एंटरप्रेन्योर बन गया, मैंने अपग्रेड कर दिया. सो इफ यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ विल तो आप करो. गाली खूब मिलेगा, नो डाउट, बिना गाली नहीं. इंडिया है, यहाँ गाली मिलेगा, बट अगर आप अच्छा कर गए ना तो फिर दुआएं मिलेंगी. वही गाली दुआ हो जाती है आपके लिए. सो देयर इज नथिंग, मतलब काफी आपको लोग मिलेंगे.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the amazing time that you've put in. I understand we have actually taken more than 1.5 hours of your today as well. And we have asked you a million of questions. You've answered them beautifully. Thank you so much for the amazing participation. Aurora, sir, would you like to say a few parting words to Vivek, sir, before we move on to the university presentation now?
I would like to say, when you meet a person who's into it, you meet not only a book, you meet a library, right? So it was like meeting a library today, full of rich experiences, no theory. It was all practical. It was all life. Thank you so much, sir, sharing such a wonderful, thought process of yours, your own journey, and what all you went through, right? I'm sure this would definitely encourage many of our students, many of our aspiring students. So this is just a glimpse of it, I would say. In the university, we have something much more for you, right? An entire course on entrepreneurship itself, right? Sure. Apart from the regular courses we have. So one advantage of K.R.Mangalam University is this, that even if you join A course, B course, C course, you may join engineering, right? Still, we give you an option that you can join a course on entrepreneurship, right? And sir was referring to like this, pitching your ideas over here. We take you to LinkedIn, right? 15,000 courses we have with us on LinkedIn. You can choose and you can do them simultaneously without paying a penny extra, right? So this is how we are different. Doing it in a different way, I would say we are entrepreneurs as far as university is concerned, right? So now what exactly we are doing, that Jyoti ma'am would take us through, what do you call it?
Journey of K.R.Mangalam, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So over to Jyoti ma'am, and thank you to our esteemed guests today. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pathak.
And thank you, Jyoti ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Hope to work with you soon again, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Yeah, I also enjoyed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now I will take you through the beautiful journey of K.R.Mangalam. We have a huge university present with us. It's beautiful. It's green. It's the one place where I believe everybody wants to be, because we are here. We pretty much enjoy it quite a lot. So I usually assume that everybody likes it the way I like it. So if you have any questions or doubts anywhere in the presentation, please feel free to ask us. If you look at the very first picture, the drone picture which has been taken of the university, you can see how green, neat, and clean the campus is. Throughout the presentation, we will cover all of the schools that we have in the university, the kind of placements that they provide, and of course, the incubation center that we have in the entrepreneurship culture. Please feel free to ask any questions, doubts, anything that you may have across. So now if we go ahead with the university, so it's established in 2013 in Gurgaon Sohna Road. It's a beautiful university. It's right on the highway itself. We have 3,000 plus students at the moment, 11 schools, 10,000 plus strong alumni base. It's a beautiful, huge campus of 26 acres of ground. The faculty number has actually reached up to 230 now. We need to update it. It's more than 150, quite a lot more than 150. So I'll just take you through all the parts of the university now. These are the schools that we cover. So we have everything to everything, honestly. We have engineering and technology, we have doctoral programs. So we move from the top to the bottom, all of the areas I'll cover with you now. So in engineering and technology, we have BTech in computer sciences, we have BTech in electronics engineering as well. We have BTech in AI and ML with academic support of Symmetrics and IBM. What does that mean? Every time I will say academic support of a different company altogether, it means they are there to provide you with guest lectures, with data from the company directly. You will also be going there for guest lectures. They will also be coming here to the university for guest lectures, and they of course also help us with their internships and placements. So it's kind of like a place which is governing your future without fail. We also have a BTech in CSE with specialization in cloud computing with academic support of Xavier. We also have specialization in full stack development with academic support of Xavier. We have a BTech in CSE with specialization in UX and UI in association with Imagine XP. Integrated BTech CSE course plus MBA with academic support for IBM and Symmetrics. BTech in civil engineering with specialization in sustainable development in smart cities. BTech in mechanical engineering, automated designs and electric vehicle with academic support in Siemens. BCA with specialization AI and data science with academic support of Symmetrics and IBM. BSc honors with academic support of the IBM. BSc honors cybersecurity. BSc honors in data sciences, MTech and MCA as well. So almost all the areas where a student can have or can look for future in engineering and technology is covered right here in the K.R.Mangalam University. Moving on to management and commerce, we have a BBA in human resources, marketing, finance, international business, travel, and tourism as well. We have a BBA with specialization program in business intelligence and analytics with support of Symmetrics. As I just told you, the support term here means you will have guest lectures with the company. They'll be coming to the institution as well. Of course, learning about the new market practices with a hands-on practice material as well. You will also be helped with the placements and the internships from the company side as well. BCom honors with academic support of NSC, BCom program with preparation for competitive exams, banking exams, railways, SSC for central and state government jobs. We also have an integrated BBA plus MBA program with academic support of IBM. As it says right here as well, there is 4 years plus 1 year industry internship. In the industry internship, usually most of our students get absorbed with the company or the industry itself. So they do not have to look for a job post they are done with their studies over here. MBA with academic support of IBM. We also have a Master of Commerce available for the students who want to go with the traditional route instead of a new route that could be a BBA for them. We also have basic and applied sciences with us, in which we have BSc honors for physics, maths, chemistry with preparation for competitive exams, banking, insurance, railway, SSC for central and state government jobs. We also have a BSc honors in forensic sciences and an MSc honors part-time, meant for the ladies and gentlemen who may be currently working and are looking to create or have a better grip on their resume to have a better job perspective. For them, we also have the part-time studies available. We have the next school of medical and allied sciences, in which we have B Pharmacy, D Pharmacy, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, the BPT, Master of Pharmacy, M Pharma in pharmaceuticals and pharmacology both. Moving on to the agriculture sciences, we have a BSc honors in agriculture. The beauty of the agriculture school is that we have our own huge campus at the back, which only has a lot of farms at the back, where the students actually learn the concept of sustainable farming, organic farming, and taking care of the lands as well. Moving on to the architecture and design school, we have a Bachelor of Architecture, BArch. We have a Bachelor of Design, the BDS. We have a Bachelor of Interior Designing. We have a BSc Honors in Interior Designing. We have a BA in Fashion Designing as well. We have Bachelor of Design in Game Design and Animation. This is the new one that we're talking about. Instead of the traditional courses that everybody else is doing, we have also the course in Game Designing and Animation. And we have a Professional Diploma in Interior Designing. Moving on to the legal studies, the School of Law. So we have BBA LLB honors, we have BCom LLB honors, we have BBA LLB honors as well. We have LLB honors and LLM for the people who may want to pursue a master's in law as well. Moving on to the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. We have a BA in Mass Communication and an MA in Mass Communication, of course. Moving on to the next school, which is School of Humanities. Quite a wide range of things we cover over here. So we have BA honors in English, economics, psychology, Chinese with preparation for competitive exams, banking, insurance, railways, for state and central government jobs. We have BA honors political science with preparation for competitive exams. We have BA honors with program preparation as well. We also have MA English, MA Economics, and MA Applied Sciences. Moving on to the School of Education, we have Bachelor of Elementary Education, we have Bachelor of Education and MA Education. We have Hotel Management, Catering and Technology School next, with the school where I belong to. So we have a Bachelor's of Program in Hotel Management and Catering Technology there as well. And the doctoral program, as it says in the bracket, all disciplines, which means that you could be studying in any of these disciplines with your bachelor's and master's. We will help you out with a postdoctoral program and a doctoral program in either of these. And also very proud to say that we have students coming from across the country who are our research scholars. We also have research scholars from Delhi University, which are studying with us under the guidance of our doctorates who are working with the university from quite some time now. Moving on to the entrepreneurship stories at the K.R.Mangalam University. If you look at the picture on the right-hand side, this is Mohammed Yusuf. He's the founder and CEO of Unify. He actually worked in our university, worked through the entrepreneurship program, and now he has become quite a huge success. K.R.Mangalam was one of the areas that helped him to grow into an entrepreneur, and our incubation center that we have been discussing about for quite some time, Dr. Arora did shed some light on it, was one of the areas that helped him grow and become an entrepreneur on himself as well. The Atal Incubation Center, Manipal University, the Jaipur campus is something that we work with in quite a detail. We have events that take place with them almost every other month, in which the students are given a grant commission as well if they win the competition which takes place. And we invite students from different universities to be a participant of the same as well. We move on to the next part, which is working along with IIT Indore. So IIT Indore has their own center, which is CIIEIR, and Dr. Swaminathan R, he is the head of CIIEIR. He is our mentor, he is a guide for it. He helps our entrepreneurship team to understand what is entrepreneurship all about, how can we achieve the goals that we are looking at, how do we make our students achieve those goals, and what all we can do to be able to reach that point in life where I can say that, okay, I've opened up my own startup and I'm able to go ahead with it, and probably I'll be a success in the future. This is what we talk about when we say our incubation center, our entrepreneurship center. We at K.R.Mangalam very much work with our students to understand creative thinking, creative writing, and putting up their ideas into action and coming out with a business plan for the same as well. Moving on with the rest of the presentation, this is our eYantra's robotic lab. Again, it is in collaboration with IIT Mumbai. So if you can see all the pictures that we have put over here, we have people who come in from IIT Mumbai who come and take guest lectures over here, who teach our students all about the new technology, the new AI technology that is available in the science and technology area. Moving on, these are honorary distinguished professors, from Mr. Vikram Atal to Professor Anita Sharma. We have a huge number of people who come across from the world who have worked with different universities, who of course have a world of knowledge, and they are here to share it with all of us. Moving on to our something called a smart ashram. This is again a part of what we talk about, the innovative teaching pedagogies in our university. In this, we talk about how differently can we work with the ashram instead of just going ahead with the regular traditional things that we have been doing. Moving on to the life at the university. So we have the industry connect that I was just talking about. So we have IBM, we have Cementex, we have a lot of different companies that work with us. We have the mentor-mentee programs, we have different clubs and societies, and we have the community connector, of course, as well. Moving on to our international signups that we have with different universities. So University of Houston, Middlesex University, University of Florida, University of Melbourne. These are only a few to name. We have a lot more that are in the process of signing off an MOU with us, of signing a contract with us, by which we send our students across the world to study further, to touch the skies, to understand that you are not limited to just one place. You can go anywhere, wherever you want to land to. And we help our students gain that kind of knowledge, gain that kind of strength, and to be able to reach where they want to end up in. These are a few of our testimonials from the students. As you can see, Mohammad Yusuf is right here, one of our students who has become quite famous himself in the education industry when it comes to entrepreneurship program. The Dipanshu Chaudhary, who was studying an MBA, he's a risk analyst at Israel Embassy in Canada. So talk about reaching the skies. Zurain is with the Ivy League. Come on. USD $15,000, and Abhinav Anand, BTech CSE, he is a network engineer with the package of 24 lakhs per annum. Quite a huge amount that we can talk about. Moving on to these placement highlights, this is something that the students always look for. So as we were just showing you the top students, these are the regular students that we also have. So we have more than 400 plus recruiters. We have more than 600 plus offers that are made to us. The student placements are usually 90% and above. In fact, it reaches more than 90%. Most of our students have a lot of offers that they can pick and choose from. These are the companies that are working with us to provide our students with the placements. So right from HCL to Indiabulls to Lloyd to Paytm, you can see the biggest names that are in our country, that are in the world, which are right here, that help us with campus placements for all of our students. Moving on to the basics of very, very simple of our admission process. So you meet with the admission officer, you fill in the form, you come and register, you sit for the exam, you sit for the personal interview, and if you are selected, you pay the fee. This is what we are quite proud of. We can say that there's no rip-off that we are doing over here. It's very, very clear, very, very apparent to all of our students. If we look at the 3-year program and the 4-year program, and if we look at the different universities which are around us, we charge in a quite lesser amount to them. And of course, this is in comparison to the fact that we provide our students with all the placements, with the new teaching pedagogies. We take them through different innovative teaching understandings. Our pricing is at 1,10,000 and 1,40,000 for the technical program or for the 3-year degree program. And different universities you can have a look at, their charges are pretty high in comparison to ours. Moving on to the scholarships, so we provide quite high number of scholarships as well. So offering deserving UGC for students a scholarship of 200% as well as possible. Fast track admissions for those with 90% and above in 12th standard. 50% scholarship is also available for people who are taking admissions with their siblings. 50% is available for sports quota, 15% for defense personnel, and special students aid, financial aid from the K.R.Mangalam schools as well as available with us. And fast track admissions via UCET 2022 is of course available with us. That's pretty much it. That's our presentation from the university side, from our side. If you have any questions, please feel free to share, and we will get back to you. If you have any doubts, if you would like to say something, Arora sir, if you would like to say something, please, if you would like to add a few points. So you're on the mute, sir.
There is a feedback which I want to read, right? So it is from Professor Anil Krishnapal. And he said very clearly, it's an excellent webinar. Congratulations to Mr. Vivek. Thanks to Mr. Arora for sharing his expert knowledge. Also, thanks to Jyoti Sherawat ma'am for the well beginning. Webinar overall, it is a webinar par excellence. So this is one response we got, okay? Now, this is the response to one webinar, right? We would love you to respond in your own way, right? You see, we don't want you to go by opinion of others. We want you to formulate your own opinions. And the best way to form opinion is, as we say, that the taste of the pudding is in the eating, right? So if you want to understand our university, please pay a visit. Explore by yourself. See by yourself, right? And one thing I assure you is that when you visit, we give you full freedom. Full freedom to meet the students, full freedom to visit our labs, full freedom to meet the faculty, full freedom to see what kind of facilities are existing, have a taste of it, have a personal experience, and decide. We are always there to welcome you. So thank you so much for participating today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and it is definitely going to help you from the future point of view also, right? And one point I again assure you is that, as I said, that we are a university which is not only advocating, but living what we say. We walk the talk, okay? And we want to walk the talk with you. So looking forward to see you. Thank you so much.
Everyone, I have put down a link in the description box requesting you to please put back your feedback in the same so we can collect it and we can work on it to make our webinars even more enjoyable and more towards your point of understanding so they can be more useful to you as well as to us. Thank you so much for everybody for logging in today. Thank you so much, Dr. Arora. Thank you so much, Vivek sir, for putting in the time and the effort that we require to make these webinars a huge success. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend ahead and let's meet next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.